Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet of Madden 17, Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. This is Steeler Nation, and this is episode 17 as we take a preseason recap here of the recent preseason that you guys seen here on the channel. If you guys want to take a look at those videos, I'll leave a link down below, or links down below for those videos. You guys can check those out for our preseason. As you see there, we defeated the Redskins 45-20 in that game, and I'm not getting into the highlights of the game or whatnot or play-by-play. Just a quick video here talking about what we did in each game here. Of course, this game was pretty tough. We had to bring Ben back in here. Even though it is preseason, I still want to play it as if it was an actual game and whatnot, so win or lose. But I wanted him to work with other receivers here. As we pretty much, have, what I think we have 51 or 52 51, 52. We don't have a complete 53 players that we need for the team, which is fine. But we do need to work on some areas here in our game, especially with our quarterbacks. I didn't realize how Grant Kraske was so bad at throwing that ball down the field. He's more of a short-range, mid-range kind of guy. So we got to remember that here in the next couple of games. Or I actually had to remember that in those last 3 games there in the preseason. But there you see Cobb's numbers there. And that's something we're going to really try to work on next season as we go into Season 2 with the Steelers here. We're going to work with Cobb a lot more, working with him on plays. We're going to start really change the playbook here some as we try to get him involved a lot more. There's a lot of guys that are going to be involved a lot more. We're going to move around guys in formations and excuse me, not to mention guys are going to be in certain packages for us, so we can surprise player or surprise teams. Have a guy maybe one play a guy's in the slot, next play we have a different guy in the slot position. So a lot of changes, a lot of moving around guys here on the team as we move along. Actually, I've been kind of doing that here. Guys don't see it here on this video, but you guys, I have been doing it in practice, working with a lot of different other formations, and possibly that could happen here in the next first couple of games here, really coming up here when the season starts. I've actually already started with the first 3 or 4 games already. I have those edited and ready to go here, so I'm hoping to have the season started here by the end of the week coming up here for you guys. So by the time you guys see this video, which should be sometime around Monday or Tuesday, hopefully we'll have season 2 started as late as probably Thursday or Friday of this week. So I'm trying my best to get stuff out because we got a lot of things going on. We got baseball coming up. We got the new franchise coming up here on the channel. You guys will see more about that here. We got a video about that coming out here pretty soon here on the channel also, along with the Royals franchise and, of course, your road to the show players. As you take a look there, the second game we played against the Raiders, who were in the AFC Championship game with us, and it was a really good game if you guys remember. You guys could take a look back and look at Season 1 there in that game. Really good game there. Kawhi Mack really just putting a number on us and when it comes to tackling us and sacks. But this game we beat them 36-30, your final score. And, of course, their running game really just stepped up this year, and we did a pretty decent job there. I would say their backup was even better than their an actual receiver, so or the actual starter there. So really good game. As you see there, they really did a great job there on rushing, and a lot of that came from their second string halfback. So again, that's something we're going to try to work on this season as we try to get our second string Cobb running back in more plays, get him utilized a lot more often than we did last year. So we could really truly try to utilize everyone. That's what I want to do. to give everybody a chance to do something for us. Cobb, I think, will be more or less be a third down back. Also, we'll see him more and more coming up as a third down kind of guy. Guys, really, I'm thinking about phasing out the fullback position. Johnson's great, but I really kind of want to phase out that position so I can utilize, have an extra placeholder there for a defensive player. Defensively, we're doing great. We have given up more points than I want to, but not as much as in years past. So we beat the Raiders by 6 here in this game, close game. But working with that 4-3 now that I'm going back to, and I know that's not really a way of the way the Steelers do it, but working with the 4-3, and I've been tinkering with the 3-4. Both actually have been working pretty well. I haven't tried it in game yet, but in practice I've messed around with both systems, and it's actually kind of worked out for the best for both player defensive formation. So that is something we're going to be really tinkering with this season. I know in the first 2 games, actually especially the first game, the opening game there against the Bengals, worked out really well for us with the 4-3. And also in the second game I played, it also worked pretty well. So you'll see a difference in play style there, and also our corners. You don't see it in this preseason games there, but in some way you do in the preseason games. You take a look at the last 2 games. Excuse me. How we've utilized the rookies. The rookies that have our first round pick that we had. He is, just amazing. The kid is just Cornelius, I think that's his name. He is an amazing fullback or amazing cornerback there. He has a lot of speed there, and I think we may end up at some point we may have to let go of William Gay. He has really just digressed really, really bad, and you'll see that here. And I'll give you a spoiler alert. You'll see that here coming up in that first game of the regular season. How bad he gets just blown away by by the people he's going against on the field. It's just night and day, and I think there might be a good chance that he will be put on the trading block there. He has value. Don't get me wrong. William Gay has value, but the kid that's taken over as the new corner, when playing against AJ Green in that first game here, you'll see here at the end of the week, you'll see how well that kid plays against him compared to how well William Gay plays against Green in that first half of the game. So you'll see that here coming up here soon. So that's some big changes we've made there when it comes to our secondaries there, along with our strong safety and free safety there. That's really became night and day there. They're more closely up with them, batting balls away, putting a good hit on them, all that and more. Has really stepped up here. So the secondary here has really stepped up. Now we're going to start working. I think we're going to start focusing on the linebacker position along with the offensive line. The offensive line does need some help. We'll see that. I've actually noticed that here coming up and just playing the first couple of games of the season, that our offensive line it needs a lot of help here. I know they're dealing with a lot because we're doing a lot of run blocking, and that is something we're going to be. I've already started scouting for possible good run blockers for next season for our squad here. So it's going to be really interesting how that's going to come together here. As we take a look here at week 3, playing against the Dolphins, and of course we had some trouble there with the Dolphins last year. We gave up quite a few points there against them, which was a back and forth, on the field there with their offense against our defense there. And we'll see here. You'll see the score here in just a bit how that came about. But yeah, really, true. I mean, the offense or the defense this year has become it's really stepped up. There's been some good changes there, and of course, as we go week to week, and I'm not saying every week's going to be, there are some areas still on the defensive side of the ball that we still need to work on, but they've improved each week. So far, what I've been playing so far in the season, they have been improving each week. So you'll see that here. Like I said, I'm really excited about trying to get this next season and these first couple games out to you guys because the defense has really picked up quite a bit. I know you guys didn't notice that too much in the preseason game there, but I was still tinkering around with different guys on the field, putting some of the rookies in different formations, and then doing the training. I mean, doing some of the training here in between these games and between the final preseason game and going to the first regular season game, night and day. I mean, the points wise, there were the overalls and it's in different categories for each player. When it comes to the corners like that, it was just night and day. So I really truly, you'll see the two rookies. They'll be in the playing a lot more dime packages that we'll be involved in, and also too a lot more the 4-3 packages there for us too. So they're going to be really doing a great job here, stepping up. Don't get me wrong, we got the veterans still playing and some others, but not as much as before. Also too, we got Bud Dupree coming back from his injury from last season. And that's going to be a very, very valuable situation, a very key situation for him being a linebacker there. We can really use his help there in the linebacker position there because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's getting close. Overalls wise, I think he's getting close to being a starter. So he could be our starter there by the time it gets to we get to the I guess you could say second quarter of the season when we play the second 4 games of the season. As you see right there, you see I believe he gets up to at least close, I think, to a 76, 77 overall, just by him putting those XP on certain areas of his game there, as he missed a whole season last year. So he's very amped up and ready to play and wants to show what he can do. And there you see that Cornelius there, a rookie from Georgia, playing lights out, 81 overall. And then you see a couple other players there they're stepping up for us. And then, of course, some of those guys will be on the training block there we're going to work with. I will say Sean Davis has really been a great player along with Sneed there. They've really show what they can do along with Bolden there as our strong safety there. He has really stepped up. So really, truly, I mean, I think we did. I was kind of nervous about having those guys picked, and in some of the rounds there. If you kind of watch the draft video there, kind of nervous drafting a lot, too many guys from the defensive side of the ball, but it actually worked. So far, it's worked out for us. So getting those corners and safeties there that we've been looking for. Now we have to just do is try and get our middle, our linebacker positions and get those fixed and get those going. And I think we should have a top-notch defense for ourselves here coming up, because like I said, some of these first 2 games, you'll notice that we've did a really good job here. It's not a real high, big, it's not a score like this. You don't see a 34-27 score. You'll see it's a 20, 28, 24, 17, 24, 7, 24, whatever, 28, 13 kind of scores, really forcing the other team to kick field goals and not letting them score again in the red zone there. Doing a good job there, and I think that's really stepped up for us here this season. So we're not totally just blanketing and just knocking out keeping teams from scoring, but we are doing a good job here compared to last year, where it's not to the point where, okay, well, who's going to have the last chance to have possession of the ball in a lot of cases there for us. So also too, a big name there, I've noticed too since the preseason, Jesse James has really stepped up working with him. I think he will be utilized a lot more this offseason or this upcoming season than he was last year. If you've seen the preseason there, he made a lot of great catches for us. Of course, he was on the field a lot more. Working with him and also now with, utilize him a lot more. We're going to put him in more other packages so we don't use green as much. So we don't have to worry about dealing with, because Green, of course, had a great year last year and should have another great season coming up here the next year. But he's going to get better. He's going to, Jesse, or as I call him, the outlaw there, he's going to get a lot better there. And, he has the hands that he could be. Not necessarily he could be the next Groot, but the next Gronkowski, but he could definitely be a great piece for us there in the red zone, going against other against other teams there when we need if we can't get to Green, and I will say Green during the preseason they had him covered pretty well there. I'm hoping that we'll be able to use Jesse when we can't use Green, and then it'll be to the point where it's kind of a pick your poison type of situation. Now, there is Hayward Bay. Yes, unfortunately, he's going to be gone for the rest of the season, as you see there, out for 28 weeks because of a torn groin, tear. And unfortunately, we can't sign anyone because we don't have the cash. Now, if we do come up with some kind of cash coming up here later on, because we can release a player or two, or trade-wise, or trade a player for cash or whatever, then we could possibly go out and look for another wide receiver. But I feel confident enough that as much as we're moving around the wide receivers and we're keeping them fresh, we shouldn't have a problem with wide receivers. We shouldn't have an issue with any kind of wide receiver issues, unless we do get another serious injury. Then our backs will be against the wall. So I'm not too worried about that. We just got to keep guys fresh. I will say too here, and if it does come up, if we do win, or if we are up by a couple of sessions in the game, I'm going to try my best to keep Ben off the field, so we don't have that issue for us. So you'll probably see more Gronkowski or Landry on the field a little bit more often. We'll try to keep Ben. So if we're in the fourth quarter and we're up by two possessions or so, we may end up putting one of those two guys in, and just to manage the game, run the ball a little bit more, a lot more, and that's when we start using, not just Cobb, but also use Johnson a little bit more in the fullback position there. And also too, I've been looking at some plays there, running some plays with the wide receivers, and when it comes to running game, kind of some old college play. There's some some decent college type plays in there that they can run some route, run some good routes and stuff like that. So again, that's something we're looking at too, just to kind of utilize and save some time for us. Also too, time possession is really important to me, and that's what we're going to be looking at here, just really utilizing our time on the field on offense as much as possible. So you'll see here that we're going to try to do our best to really drag out and really make that the opposing defense there really work to keep us to get us off the field. And so far, I think in the first 2 games I've played so far in the regular season, that's actually it's worked out for us. So you'll see the time possession really going up here for us here coming up in the upcoming season. But yeah, we're going to use, like I said, I want to use Gronkowski and Landry in some play packages coming up. Like I said, if we're up by, I want to say if we're up by 3 possessions in the game in the fourth quarter, and we're looking pretty good, and we've got a good hold on them, we'll start we'll take Ben out, and we'll put Gronkowski or Landry in, and let them just play, just throw some minimum range plays, throws there to our receivers and our halfbacks like that, and also to use Johnson and use Cobb a lot more into the running game. So that will be coming up here. You all see that. As you guys, we wrap up this video here, take a look here at some of the season stats for the first 4 games of the or the 4 games of the preseason there. And of course, no surprises there in some areas there. Of course, the backup's not going to play as much as or I should say the starters not going to get as many points as the backups. So far so good. Looks pretty good, and I can't wait for more footage for you guys here. Like I said, playing these first 2 games, I've noticed a good change into the defense and how they've stepped up here and really just putting a hurting on the quarterback, I should say the opposing quarterback there. Ben, you will notice, I will be honest, there will be some, he's looked like he's digressed some. So quarterback-wise, we are going to be looking at some quarterbacks for next season. Also, not just draft-wise, but looking at quarterbacks that we could possibly, there's some, to me, I think there's some decent quarterbacks out there that we can go and we can go after free agency-wise. So we'll definitely look at that coming up here as we get closer and closer to the regular season. If you guys remember, we are doing the Steeler Nation videos a little different this year. We're going every 2 weeks, so weeks 1 and 2 we'll have you'll see weeks 1 and 2 up here on the channel. Of course, there'll be separate videos, and then after week 2, between weeks 2, between weeks 2 and 3, you'll have a Steeler Nation video to kind of recap the first 2 weeks, and then after week 4, you'll see a recap of weeks 3 and 4, and then a overall recap of the first 4 weeks overall, looking at stats, scores, and stuff like that. So that's how we're going to do it here for a while. Just kind of give you guys a quick look at how things are going, kind of almost a bi-weekly type thing. And then of course you'll have the mid-season recap, and then we'll do still do the same kind of recaps that we've done in the past, but now just every 2 weeks, or every 2 weeks, and then every 4 weeks. So for you guys to see what's going on, and also to show you guys more stuff what's going on around the league when it comes to league stories and stuff like that. Since now that the summer's coming up and school's getting ready to be out for the year, and I have more time. Personally, I have more time now to do videos and do stuff like this for you guys, so you guys can see more in-depth stuff here on the Pittsburgh Steelers and their season here coming up. So, like I said, I'm gonna try to get this season started by the end of the week, and try to get this video up at least by no later than Tuesday for you guys. So when this video does come up, then you'll see, possibly see by the end of the week, you'll see by the time the end of the week going into that weekend, you'll see some football videos coming up. So as you take a look here, that's a look at the if you guys want to go back, take a look back there. That's the how the season looks like, and the first week. So week 1, we take on the the Cincinnati Bengals. There, getting ahead of myself there. So take on the Bengals, and it's a home game. It's a 1 o'clock afternoon game, so it should be a great game. A televised national game, and I can't wait to get back into this. Of course, if you guys remember, the Bengals are the team that put a loss on us last season. We could have went undefeated, but they beat us, I believe, back in week, I think it was either week 15 or 14 or 15 there last season. I'll have to take a look again exactly when they beat us, but they put an L on us, and that was the only L that we had throughout the whole season. So we're looking for revenge, and we're going to see what we can do here against them at Heinz Field. So if you guys enjoy the video, thank you for watching. If you got to this point already, thank you for listening to me ramble about the team and whatnot. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoy the video, hit that like button. Also, don't forget to hit that subscription button for more Pittsburgh Steelers franchise here on ESGNet. You guys can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. The links are down below in the description for the latest news and information, and of course pictures of the series and what's going on here on the channel, and what's going on in the world of sports in general. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, keep yourselves together healthy, and I will see you guys in week 1 coming up here on the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise here on ESGNet. As always, keep yourselves together healthy, and I will see you guys next time.